Was a girl running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
At a press release, 928 Car Guys, if you want to weigh in on this. At a press release last week, Volkswagen said they're going to name their new all-electric Volkswagen a Voltswagen, V-O-L-T-S wagon. Yeah, kind of silly. Everybody went, oh, what a pun. I put an email to the VW of America CEO Scott Keogh, and he has not returned. I don't know that he will, because later on in the week, I found out Volkswagen came back on and said they was just kidding.
Yeah, that was lazy.
That was a spoof. That was a spoof.
That sounded real lazy.
It sounded really stupid, a Volkswagen. Nobody's got more imagination than that at VW. Come on, you guys. Got a lot of things going on in the car business. We're going to trip down memory lane here. We're going to see if we can get through all this. There's just a lot of stuff going on that you need to know about because it affects you or your jobs or your cars. I mean, what the heck? Ford Motor Company, believe this now. Ford Motor Company is foregoing the traditional 2-week summer shutdown at most of its U.S. plants because of the ongoing semiconductor shortage. Those things are, I guess they're real important. Employees will instead have to schedule their vacation time through their individual locals, the automaker said Thursday. Additionally, Ford announced new downtime plans for plants in Illinois, Michigan, and Missouri amid the crisis. Not a lot of people, if you don't live in this area, you don't know, but the Ford plant in South Chicago, that was a religion. Every year they shut down for 2 weeks to retool and get everything ready for the new cars that are coming out. They had to change, they got to tweak things, they got to change things because they always change. Everything changes. They don't ever leave anything the same. They always got to make some adjustments. You know this was coming, and it's not the first time you're going to hear about this. Ford Motor Company, Jesus, Eric, slap me. Ford Motor Company has temporarily stopped selling its home electric vehicle chargers and is directing dealers to third-party sales such as Amazon for generic versions of a key accessory as sales of its Mustang E ramp up. They're really coming up. That's getting big. I saw one. It's kind of ugly. I don't like it. The automaker issued a stop sale for its 799 Ford-branded wall boxes on February 24th after it discovered some weren't working properly. A spokesman told Automotive News. It's unclear how long the hold will last, although the spokesman said that Ford was working hard to alleviate the matter with all parties involved. So that box that you buy when you buy that electric car from Ford, it don't work so pretty good. It don't work at all. Well, Elon. Tesla, the headline reads, Tesla illegally fired worker and must kill the Musk tweet, the National Labor Relations Board says. The ruling states that the electric car maker must offer to reinstate the fired employee. Tesla Inc. repeatedly violated U.S. labor law, including by firing a union activist, and must make CEO Elon Musk delete a threatening tweet from his personal account, the National Labor Relations Board ruled Thursday. See, Tesla is not union yet. The ruling, issued by 2 Republican members of the agency and 1 Democrat, states that the electric car maker must offer to reinstate the fired employee. Tesla, which didn't immediately respond to a request for comment, has denied any wrongdoing. In other words, Elon decided to get rid of the guy that was pushing for the union, and you can't do that. That's just not how it works. So, well, live with it, Elon. You screwed up. Illinois car dealers sued electric truck maker Rivian in another salvo against upstart vehicle manufacturers' direct-to-consumer sales model. This is really heating up this draw. Car manufacturers that have no dealers. 2 trade groups that are plaintiffs in the lawsuit Thursday in Cook County Circuit Court said they acted after the Illinois Secretary of State office turned a blind eye to their complaints over the years. Uh-oh. Amazon-backed Rivian, oh, there's big bucks, which plans production at a plant near Normal, Illinois, that's the old Mitsubishi plant down there, had no immediate comment. The Irvine, California-based company has promised that deliveries of its first pickup will begin in June. We have not seen a Rivian pickup truck on the road yet. I'm still looking. I have not seen one. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know that they raised a lot of money, too. They're one of these companies that raised just a ton load of dough. Jeez. Consumer Financial Protection Board is shifting its gears on the abusive enforcement direction. Hey, you know, these financial people, we got them here about 3 years ago. We caught them. We didn't catch them. The government caught them. The Consumer Financial Protection Board caught them, or Bureau, and they shut them down. They shut several of them down. Well, now, here we go again. After less than a year in effect, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau last week reversed its Trump-era policy on abusive practices. The decision to redefine its approach to abusiveness in supervision and enforcement provided much-needed clarity on how the Bureau intended to leverage its power, the finance experts have said. The Bureau said it revoked the rule to better protect consumers and the marketplace from abusive acts or practices and to enforce the law as Congress wrote it. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has had a broad jurisdiction since its inception to pursue and penalize businesses in the consumer financial product industry for practices it considered abusive, unfair, or deceptive under the Dodd-Frank Act. But what constitutes abusive business practice and has been debated on industry circles for years. Former Bureau Director Kathleen Kraninger said it would label business practices as abusive only when the harm to consumer outweighs the benefit. What? In other words, if it doesn't hurt them too bad, we're going to let it go. Give me a break. That's what you care about? That is all you care about? Consumer Financial Protection Bureau? That, I got to tell you, that's a crock. That's a crocodile. That's just not right. No. I just can't. I can't live with that. We finally caught these people that were taking service people, people that were low income, and just finding a way to finance them erratically to where they couldn't eat dinner because they had to make their car payment. And now we're going to let that happen again. Don't get me started, Eric. Here on a nice note, Chevy is readying its Detroit-built electric Silverado with a range of 400 miles. Wow. General Motors plans to build a battery-powered version of its top-selling U.S. nameplate, Silverado, at an electric vehicle plant in Detroit. Yay, they're building it here. The pickup, designed and engineered as an EV from the ground-up electric vehicle, will be powered by the automaker's Ultium batteries with a GM estimated range of more than 400 miles on a full charge. The company said on Tuesday, it will face a slew of upcoming electric pickups, including a battery-powered version of the F-150 and Rivian's R1T. I haven't seen a Rivian yet, have you? I haven't seen one on the road. I've seen a lot of GMs on the road. GM also confirmed that it plans to make the 2024 GMC Hummer EV SUV, which debuted last week at the Detroit plant. By 2024, the Auto Forecast Solutions expects GM to build 23,000 Hummer SUVs per year. Yow! Well, the Hummer electric vehicle is out. Eric said you saw one. Yeah?
I saw it for the...
Are you thinking about it?
No. Nah, I just saw it for when they had the NCAA National Championship Tournament. That's when they were going to release the whole truck itself on that commercial.
I'm going to make a point of taking a ride this afternoon with She Who Will Be Obeyed, and we're going to hit the malls, and we're not going to get out of the car, but I'm going to see if there's any place to plug in your electric car.
Now, which mall are you thinking about?
Oh, I don't know. I'll go down south. I'll go out east. I'll drive around. I'm going to wait. Orland would be a great one.
Yeah, I think Orland has some too.
Well, I want to see them and how many there are. Because if we're all driving electric vehicles, think about it.
If I remember correctly, I think they have 2 on each lot.
Yeah, 2.
Going around.
then we're going to fight over one of those two, because I want to plug my electric vehicle in. If we're all driving electric vehicles, or if the majority of us are driving electric vehicles, I can see fights in the parking lot.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely.
I can see people banging on each other and crashing and getting mad at each other because you took my plug. You got to have enough plugs for everybody.
Yeah.
You can't push it like they're pushing. They're talking 23,000 Hummers in a year. What if just 10 of them want to shop at Orland, and there's only 2 places to plug it in?
And you're not talking about a small car too, like
I know.
Like a Prius or any of them that came out firsthand. They could charge in 20 minutes. This is a huge truck.
Yeah, so we're not changing the parking spaces. We're not making everything little. Probably won't fit in the garage either.
Unless they have like a design and where they have like a charging station for like the big trucks and then the small cars.
They say if you buy this pickup, you get 400 miles. But just that would be my luck. I would be at 350 miles. It's starting to falter a little bit, and I'm 100 miles from home. I got to find some place to plug it in, and I got to pull into a farmer's house and pull up and say, "Can I plug into your barn or whatever?"
Right.
Come on, give me a break. We got to get this infrastructure right.
Yeah, we do, because if we're planning on going 2030,
2030 or 2035, all electric.
They have to have at least a plan to where they have to put these charging stations everywhere.
Why are we not hearing about it? They're not going to sell electric vehicles to people that don't think they got any place to charge them.
Oh, no.
That's just how it's going to be. If I'm on a desert island with this thing, why would I buy it? Here's an example. Silicon Valley self-driving startup Gatik and Isuzu North America Group on Tuesday said that they will work together to build autonomous delivery trucks that Gatik will use to serve its retailer customers. Gatik, it's G-A-T-I-K, Gatik, I guess that's how you say that, Eric, which works with Walmart in Arkansas and Louisiana and Loblaw COS in Canada to deliver goods to stores from warehouses using autonomous trucks with safety driver. Of course, you're going to have a safety driver. Has been a boom in business as the pandemic has boosted sales at grocery stores. I guess it has. Gatik must deliver groceries. But here's a little company we never heard of, and they're going to bed with Isuzu of North America, and they're going to build autonomous delivery trucks with a safety driver, so a guy in the cab. Thank God. I think that's what it's got to be for a while, just till we get our stuff on. We get it right. U.S. industry is asking for help from the government on the chip shortage. A U.S. auto industry group on Monday urged the government to help, as it warned the global semiconductor shortage could result in 1.28 million fewer vehicles built this year and disrupt production for another 6 months. That's not good. That's not good at all. The U.S. Commerce Department should dedicate a portion of funding in a proposed bill to expand U.S. semiconductor production to auto sector needs. The Alliance for Auto Innovation said in written responses to government-initiated reviews. U.S. President Joe Biden in February ordered several federal agency actions to address the chip crisis, and is also seeking $37 billion in funding for legislation to supercharge chip manufacturing in the United States. Here, Eric, I got a problem with that, and here's my problem. We had plenty of semiconductor chips to go around until the pandemic hit, and we got behind. Mm-hmm. Now you're gonna start up 10 more companies. Is there going to be too much chip companies around? Because these guys are working hard. They're working overtime to catch up. The people that originally supplied the chips,
right?
And hopefully they're still building a good chip. This bothers me too. Haste makes waste. They hurry up and build something, and the next thing you know, it doesn't work.
Right.
Well, but if they're gonna have 100 more chip makers that they're going to find startups, they're going to take government money and probably run. But if they do start up and make chips, you're going to have a flood of chips on the market. There'd be no market for them.
Right, and even on top of that, how well are they going to be? If you're talking about they're going to rush these chips out, if you open up these companies and having hundreds, how good are those chips are going to be at the end of the
That
day.
bothers me.
Right.
That bothers me. The quality is what bothers me,
Right.
and the long term assessment. And I don't know that I really like that idea. I don't like it at all, actually.
And they're not going to be cheap either.
No, but these guys that are working day and night trying to get the chips caught up, eventually will get caught up. And everybody's getting caught up from the pandemic. Everybody is behind. I don't know anybody that's is right up to snuff. Not yet. And we still, in Illinois, of course, we're still at 25% or something. You can't do nothing in Illinois.
I think you're right about
Indiana,
that.
you can go without a mask if you choose to, but there are places that require.
They still require it. Yeah.
I know. I went to a doctor's appointment the other day, and you can't get in the hospital without it. You got to put a mask on. Of course, going into that germ factory, I think I didn't mind wearing a mask. You got to be kidding me. If you're going to get sick, that's the place to get it. Anyway, that I don't know, Eric. I don't think that's going to work. They're just spending too much money to make semiconductor chips, and they're not going to need them all when they're done. They're not going to be able to use them all. They're going to have too many companies that make them. All right. Well, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg said Thursday, that's the old guy that ran for president. He was mayor of South Bend. Thursday, he was unaware of any support by the Biden administration to ban gas-powered vehicles after 2035, as California aims to do, which they do. Asked by a lawmaker at a U.S. House hearing if Biden administration supported California's plan to ban the sale of new gas-powered passenger cars and trucks in 2035, Buttigieg said he had not heard of anything to that effect on the national or federal level. He did note that automakers like General Motors have set a goal ending gas-powered passenger vehicles by 2035. Now, I don't know if that's even true. I don't know how General Motors can do that, but I guess, and they're the leader. Let's face it, General Motors is the biggest. Ford is right there behind them. And Chrysler, of course, has been floundering for years since Lee Iacocca left. Yeah, and they've been just floundering. So it's not good. But what are you going to do?